Welcome back, everybody. I'm Juan Fernandez.
And I'm Lena Wynn. Tonight, the White House says it stands in solidarity with Britain after it expelled nearly 24 Russian diplomats.
This is the biggest expulsion in more than 30 years. This diplomatic battle was sparked by poisoning of a former Russian spy and his daughter in a quiet British city. We have team coverage, starting with correspondent Laura Kunsberg.
They have treated the use of a military-grade nerve agent in Europe with sarcasm, contempt and defiance. So, Mr. Speaker, there is no alternative conclusion other than that the Russian state was culpable for the attempted murder of Mr. Skripal and his daughter. This represents an unlawful use of force by the Russian state against the United Kingdom.
So the UK will retaliate.
The United Kingdom will now expel 23 Russian diplomats who have been identified as undeclared intelligence officers. They have just 1 week to leave. This was not just an act of attempted murder in Salisbury, nor just an act against the UK. It is an affront to the prohibition on the use of chemical weapons, and it is an affront to the rules-based system on which we and our international partners depend.
So 23 diplomats suspected of being spies have 7 days to leave. All high-level contact between the UK and Russia is also being suspended, and no minister or member of the royal family will go to the World Cup. And some Russian state assets could be frozen, with possible new laws to crack down on hostile states. Anger displayed in Westminster that this is happening on British streets. In Dorset today, the lorry that removed the Skripal's car seized. In Salisbury, the bench where father and daughter were found still sealed off, while the Prime Minister makes her opening moves in a diplomatic tangle that could last.
Well, the UN Security Council was told tonight that the chemical weapon used in Salisbury was so horrific that it's banned in war. U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley said America believes Russia is responsible for the attack and that the Security Council should take action. However, Russia denies being involved. Our team coverage continues now with correspondent Steve Rosenberg in Moscow.
In Russia, at least the weather is showing signs of a thaw. After the long winter, Moscow is melting. But in UK-Russian relations, you can feel the chill. Britain's expulsion of Russian diplomats has sparked anger with Theresa May.
Prime Minister May is destroying international law and is destroying international relationship. Of course, it's the end of her career. It's the end. It's a show. That was a political show. And this is not, it's not serious. It's not for the serious politician.
The British government wanted to send a strong message today to Moscow. But that message has been dismissed here as nothing more than a provocation. And it plays into the narrative which the Kremlin has been creating for some time, that the West is against Russia.
Tonight, Moscow is showing no signs of buckling under British pressure. Russia is promising retaliation soon. Steve Rosenberg, Moscow.